This is the Iron Trader, and this is the weekend edition. So today we're going to take a look here. First of all, take a look here at oil and natural gas. We're going to take a look here at gold, silver, Bitcoin, and then we're going to take a look here at NVDA. Now remember, on Monday, NVIDIA splits 10 for 1, and then we're going to look at a meme stock, GME GameStop. Okay, this video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, it's on the stock commodity ETF. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, first on the docket here we have is crude oil. Now you can see where crude oil here, we put in this, it's kind of like a bottoming candle, but it isn't really what we're looking for. We're looking for something like on this order here. Okay, those are usually the best. But what we had here the previous day is we had this low here, and then the next day what we had is we had that higher low and a higher high. Okay, that's always good, and that gives you confirmation of what you want to take along. Now, if you watched my videos here last week, you notice I always point out these key simple moving averages. Here's your 8 simple moving average, your 21-day, your 50-day, your 100-day, and then your 200 SMA here. Okay, those are always very, very good. And then we have here, the blue lines here are price channels. Okay, very, very key. Okay, so what we did is you could see here on Friday, went right on up here, and I said, if you can't close above this 8 SMA, she's going to come right on down. And what do we have? Now, when the futures open here on Sunday night or Monday, however you trade, always watch on Sunday night, see what the action is. If we can get like a higher low here and get above that 8 SMA, well, then we can take it, levels back onto the upside here. So here's what you want to watch. You want to watch Friday's high. That's at 76.25, and you want to watch that low at 75.21, and then it closed at 75.38. So that's what we're going to be watching. Now, again, if this low is lost here, that's 75.21. Then what we're going to do is we're going to come over to the top of this candle here, okay? So you're looking at 74.33. Then we'll look here to the bottom of this candle. You're looking at 74.06. And then we have here, you have 73.98. Then we'll come right over to the bottom here, looking at 72.82. And then your big retest down here is 72.48. Now, again, if that 72.48 is lost, we just look right to the left of the chart here, okay? So then what we're going to be looking at here is just 71.79, the bottom of that candle. And then right there, you're looking at 71.41 here on the big retest. So we just take our price channels and bring them right across. Now, again, we can also do that here. So here's what you have here. Here's that 71.41. And then we just come right to the next candle here. You're looking at 70.50. We'll come over to the bottom of this candle. You're looking at 69.28. And then we have here, you're looking at 68.22. And then right there is your big retest at 67.71 here. Okay. So, but again, I like to show you where it could possibly go, but you'd have to lose that 72.48 on a closing basis to get all the way on down there. But that is going to be your support levels if, say if it breaks above that. Now, you can see I always point out this 200 SMA here. Now, if you look at all these candles here, look at that. It's where they all came down and they held that 200-day very, very key support. But you notice that so far last week, it did not do that. Okay, so where you have 75.97 here, and we did not close, we closed below that. Okay, so that is what you call not good. Okay, so we got to see how this all shakes out. But really what you want to watch is going to be this 8 simple moving average here on the upside. That's at 75.82, and then we want to come over to that 200-day at 75.97. Now, again, if we can get above all that there, and then we can just follow some of these candles right on up here. Okay, look at the bottom there. You're looking at 76.67, and then what we do is we can come over here. We're looking at 77.63, and then we're looking right at that 21-day at 77.60. Okay, so that will be your upside. So we got to see what's going to happen here. Even though this is almost like a topping tail candle, it held up the previous day's candle, did the higher portion of it. So that's the key. If it falls down, we know what the support levels are until we get the big retest. Now, if it goes on up here, you just follow it until we hit that 21-day, and then we can come up to your next level here. You're looking at 78.62, and then we start working your way up here to the 79 level. Now, 79.25 is your 100-day, and then you have 79.76. But if you look here on your weekly chart here, look at this. See, you have 78.98. That's all right there. You have your 79.15. Then we have your 50 SMA here at 79.48. And then we have 79.76. So everything is really in that 79 level to about 79.76. That's going to be very, very strong. If we can get above that, what we do is we come over here. You're looking at 80.29. And then we have your big retest of 80.62, which is obviously is that price channel. And then just a hair above it is 80.82 here. Okay, so what you have to do is see how this 8-day is just falling like off a cliff, 21-day falling over, 50-day falling over. That's got to reverse that. And you can reverse this very easily as long as you can get above that 8 SMA, then you can take it right on up here. Now, RSI isn't really showing us anything here that can go lower and that can also go higher. Your MACD, that is bearish. You can see where your green is below your red. You got to curl that back up here, and then we can get this thing rolling. Right here, this was a sell signal. When your green goes below your red, that's a sell signal, and obviously we've had that here for quite a while here now. Your RSI is still room to run there on the old downside here. So realistically, I say when those futures open, watch that 8 SMA. That's going to be very crucial. If we can go above that, your key level here next is going to be that 21-day, and then we're going to be right into that 100-day, that 79 range. On the downside, watch the low. That's 75.21, and then we can just follow the candles all the way down till you have your big retest down at 72.48. Okay, let's take a look here at natural gas. Okay, here we have natural gas here on your daily chart because this is really what's going to matter right now. Okay, so right now this price channel was sitting at 2.924, and what we do is we close there at 2.937, so you're just above it. Okay, and the high was 2.96 level, which I've always been pointing out here. We just bring this price channel out, and what do you get? Okay, 2.96, and that's pretty much where you went. Now, again, if we can start breaking above this Friday's high at 2.96, then what we're going to do is we're going to look to the left of the chart here. Okay, so you got 3.01. That's going to be your next resistant level. We'll come to the bottom of this candle. You're looking at 310, and then we'll come over here. You're looking at 3.189, and then we have 3.23, and then we'll come over here. You have 3.37, and then there's a big retest up there at 3.39. So that's where we're going to be going if you can go to the upside and you start breaking above all of this. Now, again, say this sells off. Well, then what you want to do is look at the previous day, Thursday's high, looking at 2.877. And then what we do, we just come right over here, okay, to the left of your chart. You have 2.85. You have 2.79. And then we have right here, you have 2.75. And then we're looking right at the 8 SMA at 2.71. Obviously, if that's lost, we'll look to the bottom of that candle. You're looking at 2.60, and then we have your 21-day sitting at 2.594. If that's lost, you come in at that 200-day at roughly 2.46. But you can see here this trading range that's going on here. Very, very nice box going on here. And you look at your 8 SMA. See, rolling all the way and up here, your 21-day. Bottom left, upper right, that's always bullish. Look at the 50-day crossing over here. So this is very, very good. Now, RSI here, you got room to run here, okay? So plenty of room here to get way up here. Look at where we are up there. Your green over your red on your MACD, that shows that momentum, but to the upside, very, very good. So realistically, what you want to do is just watch that price channel, that 2.924. That's going to be very, very critical. If you can hold that and close above it like we did on Friday, then we have a lot of good targets at that 301, 310, okay, 3918 level here is what we're looking for on the upside. The downside, as long as we hold that 8 SMA here, looking very good. If that's lost, we'll come right over to the 21-day. Okay, this is looking very, very bullish for a breakout to go higher. Okay, let's take a look here at gold. Okay, here we have gold. Now you can see here what we had. You had a high right there of 2448.80. Okay, we had a higher high, but see this? It could not hold that. That's a double top. Very, very nice double top. Came down, but it held that 50-day. You see this? How nice that held? Okay, all the way up. Now it could have ran up here, and so this high right here was 23.97, and then on Friday you had 24.06. You had a high. But look at that big ass red candle. You took out all of this, okay, in one day. Okay, just like that. 1, 2, 3, gold just come right off. Okay. Now there's a lot of people out here who just trade gold or just trade silver or stuff like that here. Now the easy way to trade gold, if you're a long trader, is with GLD. It's an ETF. Okay, very easy to get in, easy to get out. If you're trading silver, SLV is the ETF. Very easy to get in, out very, very easily. That's what I usually trade if I'm doing these two commodities here. So let's look at the downside here first. Okay, so we made a low of 2304. So what you're looking for next here is you're looking for in this area right here. Okay, so you're looking at 2330 right there. Okay, see, you have a low of 2304. Then we look right to the low here, looking at 2285. Okay, so okay, when you had that high, you broke all this. See all this in here. Okay, we not only lost that 50-day and you lost the 21 to 8-day, but all this really, really good support level that was like taken away. So now the next level here is we just look to the bottom of those candles. Okay, so you got 2385 is going to be very, very key on the support level. Okay, and then what we do is we just follow the candles all the way on down here. Okay, so what do you have next here? Okay, so you got 2267. You got 2249 here. And then we want to come always to the top of this candle here, 2225, which lines up pretty nice here with the 2219. Okay, so as this rolls on up here, okay, see this candle? And then that was like a breakout situation. So what we had here, even though it came down, this candle here is where that broke out and had that nice good bull run above that 8 SMA here. So you want to look at that for your support, that 100 SMA here, 2219. And then again, we'll look to the left of the chart on this candle as that 2203 level here, which is just below, okay, your 100 SMA here. Then you can work yourself all the way down, but that would be a lot down. We got to see how that's all going to shake out here now. So what we want to look here on the upside is, well, now we start looking to the bottom of these candles here, okay? So you want to look at the, even though what did we close at here? You closed at 2311, okay? So we want to look here, okay? So you're looking on this candle right here. We'll come right up here, okay? So there's your 2311, which came right across. That was your support level. Your next level here is going to be basically 2312, and then we can start looking at all these candles here, okay? So you have 2328 here, okay? You have 2326, and then you just follow all these candles. But really what you're looking for here is this to reclaim this 50 simple moving average right there. That's going to be key, 2352. Now, right below that is we have this 8 SMA here, okay, looking at 2359, and then you have your 21-day at 2396. This is going to be a lot of big time resistance here, your 50-day, okay, your 8-day, and then your 21-day, and then we can try to recapture some of this here maybe to take it higher. However, right now, this one big ass red candle that wiped out a lot of stuff in one big swipe, okay? So you had, look at all these days that you were rising up, holding that 50-day. See that? How nice that was holding that 50-day? And then one day, all the way on down, lose it all. So what you really want to do is on the upside, the key levels, you can follow the bottom as candles, but really you're watching that 50-day at that 2352. Very, very key. Then your 8-day and your 21-day. On a downside, just watch the bottom of this candle here, that 2385. That's going to be very, very crucial support because look how many times that has held this. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're holding that right across. If not, we just follow these candles all the way down until you can come all the way here to your 100-day. Okay, let's take a look here at silver. Okay, now silver had a really good run here. Okay, had a really good run. Okay, so you ran right up here very, very nicely. You put in a topping tail, came on down here, and you had like a bear flag situation, but it kind of held everything. And then once you broke out here, see the high on this candle here, you're looking at 29.90, and then we come over here, you had 29.99. Okay, so kind of like a breakout situation, and then you have indecision candle. Then she ripped up pretty nice here. Okay. But if you look at that, you had 32.75, and then we look at these retests here, okay? 32.45, 32, 51. You never got up to that. So that's what that is. That's a lower high. That's a double top situation. Came right on down. But you were holding that 21-day here for a little bit, rallied on up here, but look at Friday again. It followed gold right down to Neo Can, okay? So what you want to do here on the downside is this is what is going to be the key level, this 28.71. That's going to be very, very crucial. You need to hold that there on a closing basis. If not, we can just bring these candles right here, okay? So you got 27.51. So that's all you got to do. See, that's the bottom of that candle, okay? And then the next candle we're looking for is you're looking at yeah, 27.51, and then right here you're looking at 27.24, and then we'll come on to the bottom of this candle here, 26.65, and then we have 26.34. But this is the candle you're looking for right here. Okay, that's going to be that 27.06, and then right below it you have 26.11. Okay, so that's going to be very, very crucial. But right now that 50-day needs to hold on a closing basis. If not, you can start retesting all these candles and all to get all the way down to that 100-day and even possible down to the 200 SMA here. Now you can see where your RSI here, this is falling off a cliff. Look at your MACD. See this bearish cross? Okay, that's always the first flag. So when you're like, say I'm long, I'm selling, when you start seeing stuff, what you want to do is you want to eye stuff up here. Okay, so you can see where your RSI is falling off. You can see where you have your, that when that green crosses the red, that's a sell signal. Okay, that's a sell signal that says, man, I got to get out of this. Even though you had a little rally up here, you know, it kind of tried to pop up, it just came right on down. So always use multiple signals here to say, hey, I want to get out of this or I want to get into something. Okay, so on the upside, what we want to do here first is you want to look at here, the bottom here is 29.50. Then we can come to the bottom of this candle here. You're looking at 30.06. But realistically, this is what you're looking for, that 30.45. That's that 21-day. And then we have your 8-day at 30.67. This is going to be big time resistant kind of a level here. See how that 8-day, when you get okay below it, see, you can't get through it. Like, okay, it's very, very tough until you can bust through it. And then you have that 21-day and seeing it stopped it dead in the tracks until you can get the agreed candle and get going. So this is going to be very, very strong resistance right there, that 30.45, and then that 8 SMA at 30.67. So that's what you want to watch on the upside, and you want to watch that 50-day there on the old downside. Okay, let's take a look here at Bitcoin. Okay, here we have Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin was actually looking pretty bullish here, okay? But if you notice, I did Bitcoin here, I think it was last Friday. I said watch this 72.45 level here, okay? Very, very key. See, that's that price channel. Now, if you can't get through that, then you're going to come right on down. So he had a lot of nice sideways action. Now, let's just take a look at the upside first, okay? So what you want to do is you always want to watch that 32.45, okay? That'd be your break. Now, again, if you can get above all that, then what we do is we come right over to the top of this candle here. You're looking at 73.380, all right? And then what we do is we just follow the candles, okay? 73.550, 73.775, 74.365, and then there's your big breakout at 74.415. Okay, that is going to be the key. And what you always have to do if it runs up into this area is what is the reaction when it gets there? Is it going to close above this and go higher? Next stop would be like 100K, or is it going to be a double top situation and came down? Now you can see here where you had that high, and then you're kind of like fighting it the whole way here, even though we put it a little bit higher high here, okay? So you had this 72.360. Then we had here 72.455, and then we had 72.265. And then Friday, she just fell right off the mat here, even though you made a high of 72.660, which is a little bit higher, but now it looks like you lost this key 8 SMA here. So now on the upside, you really have to hold again. Well, actually, you kind of held. Let's see what that closed at. Bitcoin closed at 69,650, and your 8 SMA here is 69,644. So you're just above that 8-day. You were holding that 8 simple moving average. So if that is lost here, then what you want to do is come right here to this 21-day. You're looking at 67,630, and then you want to watch that 50 SMA at 66,294. So you got 3 good levels of support here on that 8 SMA here, your 21 SMA, and then your 50 simple moving average here. Now, again, if that's lost here, you can always follow these candles down, but realistically, you're probably looking at this 100 SMA here at 67.54 here. But we got to see how this is all going to shake out since you've held that 8 SMA here. You pretty much just have a sideways action kind of situation. So what you want to do is watch that high, which is 72.666, 66.0, and then you want to watch that low at 68.595. And then she closed at 69,650 there. So what you want to do is always watch that, the high, the low, and the closing number, because that's going to be your support and resistance levels there, okay? Very, very key. Again, if that's lost here, then you have your 8-day, your 21-day, and your 50-day, and then you can come all the way down here to your 100-day. The upside, if you can crack above that, then you have that nice target right there. at that 73,380, and then you have all this here until you can get all the way up to that 74,415. So let's just see how this is all going to shake out here. But it did have a nice good sell-off. Went down with all the commodities there on last Friday. Okay, now next one we're going to take a look here is going to be NVIDIA. Okay, here we have NVIDIA now. Again, just a couple things. This is one of my favorite trades to do. One of my favorite trades of all time was always Tesla, because you had big volume and big movement every day. I'm kind of losing the interest in there in Tesla now here because you're talking about a $56 billion check there for Elon Musk, and that's the problem is with that is you're looking at that's backwards looking. Okay, so then you'd have to sign a new contract with him going forward. Another thing I don't like about it, he bought a pile of NVIDIA chips, but he didn't ship them to Tesla. He shipped it to one of his other companies there. So the vote, I believe, is coming up on June 11th on that. And that's really going to put a damage in the country into the company one way or the other, because it doesn't seem like he's really focused on Tesla. He's got too many other things going. That's a big paycheck when he's talking about $56 billion. I don't think there's anybody out there in this whole world that's worth that, not even close to that. So it's just very, very discerning. So what I do as a trader, boom, Tesla's out, NVIDIA's in. Okay, now NVIDIA is going to do this nice split on Monday. It's going to be 10 for 1. Okay, so right now here, it closed there at 12.08. So that's going to be $120 stock. Okay, so that's going to be really nice because now you can buy even more shares than what you had before. It probably won't be as volatile. It's what it was, where you're moving up to 40, 50 points or down 40, won't be as volatile, which I like the volatility, but you're going to have a $120 stock here. Now, again, they had blowout earnings. I just think that the AI is just the beginning of it. I mean, even a lot of times, like when I'm paying you like a credit card on the phone, I think I'm talking to an actual person. They're asking me how the weather is. They're asking me all of this kind of stuff, but there's nobody there. Okay, there's no person there. It's all bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So now I just think this down the road, this is going to be, really, really good stuff. Just like I was over to Sam's there club the other day, and I see this machine going around cleaning the floors, and then you come by it, it just beeps, it stops, it beeps, and there's no man, there's nobody in it. It's doing itself. So this is going to be big, I think, going forward. They're going to find multi-uses, especially when you start getting into the medical field and everything on that order here. But NVIDIA now is one of my favorite trades here because it has big movement. You got a company here, I think that's, you got a good, another good 5 years of growth rate here. Very, very nice. Versus a company like Apple, I think that's pretty much stagnant now. There's no movement in the stock very much. Not what I like to trade, So this is very, very good. But what I want to show you today is I want to show you not just the support and resistance levels, but I want to show you exactly here all the gaps. So if this does sell off, where the buy points are. Okay, so what we had here, we had a low, we had a red candle. It got down to 1183.20. Now Friday, it came down to 1180.22, which is just a fantastic scalp. And then it got and it closed at 1208. Okay, so what do you have right there? You got a 28-point gap, a gain. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. So if you watch this here, like on a 1 minute and a 5 minute chart, what I have set up, I mean, it just fantastic trader. I can't express it how much that this is just a huge money maker here. Okay, so what we want to do is I'm going to show you these gaps on here first. Okay, so if this comes on down here now, remember this $1,208 stock here is going to be a $120 stock. Okay, so just remember that. So when we look to the bottom of this candle here, looking at 1174.68. And then we look at the top of here is you have 1166. Okay, so this 1174, there's your gap, is going to be 117. And then we look at the top of this is going to be 116. Okay, so there's your gap and there's your fill. Okay, so just always watch that. Now we have another one. This got as low here as 1069. There's your gap. But we looked at the top of this candle here. Okay, 1064. Okay, so we look there. Okay, 1069, that's going to be, 106. Okay, we look over here, this will be, that's 106.90, this will be 106.40. Okay, so just always watch that. Then what we want to do is there's another gap right here that's 1015. Okay, so remember, that's going to be 1015. And then what we have on top of this here is we have 960, which will be $96. Okay, so just watch that. Okay, so we come to the bottom of the candle. Okay, right there, 1,069. There's your gap. There's your fill. And we look to the bottom of here. You're looking at 1,015 here, and then we have the high of that is 960. So gap and fill. So if this does sell off, you look at 960. That could be $96. That would be a buying opportunity like you couldn't freaking believe. Okay, so always watch these gaps and fills. So just take a daily chart and just watch some gaps and fills on all these, no matter how big, how small. Eventually they will get filled. Okay, so let's just look at the support levels here now. So what we're looking at here is 1163. Okay, when the charts come out there, that'll be $116. Okay, so that's what we're going to be looking for here on the downside. This 8 is going to be very, very key. If that sells off, we can just follow these candles down, okay, until we hit to this level right here. You're looking at 1,069 here. Then we have your nice 21-day at 1,038. Now, the key is going to be here is going to be getting above this 1255, which is going to be $125, okay, stock. So just remember that when you have that 10-for-1 split here. So I'll do this one here again next week here for you. So when we do the actual split, it'll be easier here to probably see and to also to understand here, okay? But again, all these gaps will still be on the chart. They'll be just at lower numbers. So always watch all these gaps because these are going to be any kind of sell-off that comes on. You know what I'm saying? Like we had to sell off. Oh, AI is done. AI is done. That's all bullshit. AI is just getting started. You're barely in the first inning here. You know, just get a grip. Don't listen to all these people here with all this nonsense. Watch the charts, okay? So just watch the gaps, watch the fills. But again, if this does happen to sell this is going to be a buying opportunity like you just can't believe. Okay, and then going into the next earnings, which are going to be blowout earnings. They're coming out with new chips all the time. They just came out another chip last weekend. Yeah, this is where you want to be here if you want to be like in technology. Another one that I always like here is TQQQ because it has all the technology in there. So what I do is I trade this every day along with TQQ because TQQ also has NVIDIA in it, but it has your Apple and your Google and your Microsoft. You know, it even has Tesla in there, it has Costco. It's like a one-stop shopping. Now remember, never trade too much. I always like to trade maybe say 5, 6, 7 items, maybe something like that. It's always crude oil and natural gas. And I'll trade gasoline, but you always want to have something like an NVIDIA, something that has big movement here, something you can scalp daily for cash flow. TQQ is a great thing. It has all that good technology in there. You know what I'm saying? Of all the companies so if you want to trade technology, TQQQ is a good way to trade it, you know, unless you want to say, oh, I'm just going to want to go with Microsoft or Amazon or this. It's all right in one package, and TQQ does pay a small dividend here too. So just watch this here for a 10-for-1 split here. And this is a good one. Any kind of sell down here is going to be a huge, huge buying opportunity here, okay? Now, another thing I want to show you here on the charts is this. When you had the red candle here, this is no surprise because of a nice big run up here. But when you look at this RSI here, see this high? Okay, you made a real higher high. Look at your RSI. See this negative divergence? Soon as you see that, I was eyeballing that up here right away when it started working itself up here. Okay, when it started working itself up here, then I said, okay, it's going to be a matter of time here because this is going to come off. Okay, so I dumped it out at 1250. Okay, I didn't get the high at 1255, but then again, it got all the way down to on Friday. It got all the way down to 1180. I didn't get to 1180, but I'm in there at 1182. Okay, so that is always going to be working out here pretty good here. So again, you don't need to always sell that high. You don't need to buy the low. What you're looking for is that meat in the middle. That's the key. That's what makes the money in your pocket. The key to trading is consistent money every day in your pocket, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. By the time you come to Friday, you can say, holy shit, wow, this guy was, man, look at the money I got. See, that's what you want to do, okay? So you just look for different kind of things. When you see this negative divergence situation sell up, you know that well that's going to be a matter of time before you're going to top out, and then boom. So I sold that right there in pre-market, boom, done, over with, and then we rebought it there the next day, and now I'm staying long here. The video, we're going to see what's going to happen on that old split. Okay, next one here we're going to look at is GameStop. Okay, GameStop. This is a meme stock. Okay, now this guy here, Roaring Kitty, he came out and he was going to make a video. Okay, so on Thursday, it rallied up here and it got here, and after hours, it jumped up like $18. It got up to like, I think it was like $63 here on last Thursday here in after hours. This doesn't have an after hours chart on it, a time frame on it. Okay, so it got all the way up to there. Okay, in that area. So he was going to come out. He's going to make a video on Friday at noon. Okay, so he was about a half hour late. I watched the video. And I'm telling you right now here, he comes out with all the statements. So I mean, I get what he's saying. He says, don't trade like me. You know what I mean? I'm just doing this here. Don't follow this. I have no other. So he's covering his ass here pretty good. But I think that's exactly what it was here, because I think he's going to be getting investigated here because the trades just seem way too big. And I think there's more money behind it. Plus, another thing is GameStop came out with their earnings 4 days in advance. Okay, that's a red flag. They usually don't do that. Okay, and you have to look at their earnings. Okay, GameStop lost $32 million for the quarter. Okay, 32 million. Their sales, their revenue is down 29%. Okay, they're trying to say that this company is worth $15 billion. This company's on the verge of bankruptcy here. Okay, and then they announced initially that they were going to sell 35 million shares. And then as soon as that stock popped up here, okay, now they're selling 75 million shares. Okay, something isn't right here. Okay, there's other people involved. It isn't just Roaring Kitty, and there's something with GameStop. There's something. This is going to be investigated. So what it is here is stay away from this. This is garbage. Okay, AMC is garbage. These are these meme plays. What this is not trading. Okay, this is gambling. If you want to gamble, there's a lot of good sites out there. You can gamble based on baseball, football, the ponies, anything that you want. If you want to gamble, go do that. Don't do it here. Now, just for an example, okay, here's what Thursday. Okay, so you had a high of 47. You closed at 46.55. This got all the way up to 63. Now, when he came out there and said he was going to make the video, the next day it went all the way up to 63. Now, what if you were stupid enough to buy that at 63? Okay, you say I'm at 63. Look where this price is. You're at 28.22. This is where this price is, because what he did is he came out there in the video. Just watch it. It's right on YouTube. It's no big deal. He came out there and it's more like he's defending what he's kind of doing and don't do what I do and all this kind of stuff here. But I think people were expecting him to say, hey, get into GameStop and do this. And, you know, GameStop's going to 1,000. And that's what I think people do. And how many suckers got in there at 60 some dollars here in after hour trade? And now you're sitting at 28.22. Now, what are you going to be doing here with all that? You got a 30-point loss right there on your trade if you're holding it. Okay. So don't follow. This is gambling. It is not trading. If you want to trade consistent money, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, what I do is I trade oil, natural gas every day. Okay. I also pick up something like now my new stock here is NVDA. I always trade TQQs every day. Okay. So I always do that every day. Get the money in your pocket. Something like NVIDIA is making money. It's a $3 trillion company. They're making nothing. This is 100% shit. Okay. That's it. Everybody knows it. There's nothing here. There's nothing they're going to do to revive this. Okay. So always remember that. Now, again, if you want to say, hey, no, I don't think you're right. I'm going to follow Roaring Kitty. That's your choice. You can do whatever you want to do here. Just prepare yourself here. Just anytime these meme stocks come out, there's always people that are going to get their ass handed to them. So just remember that when this comes up here, if you were in the 60s here and now you're sitting at 28.22 thinking that's going to go to 100, what are you going to do now? Okay, and if anything there where this guy is investigated or GameStop is investigated and they find something here, let me tell you something. This will be $9 in a hurry. I can tell you that right now. There's nothing here. There's absolutely nothing here. Look at this over the period of time here. Okay, look at this. This is complete flatline. This is put the tag on the toe, close the drawer. There's nothing here, okay, until he came out and he said he's going to do something just to make some money. But what that is, that's stock manipulation. That's exactly what it is. And eventually, you're going to get hung out to dry. So stay away from stuff like this. Consistent money. If you don't want to trade oil or natural gas, just find something that you can do with consistent money. Every day, put it in your pocket, okay? Don't look at it as oh, I'm going to get rich scheme. It takes a long time. You got to trade day in, day out, day in, day out. Hard work is what you want to do. Okay. I've been doing this for over two decades here now. Okay. And I'm telling you, those fly-by-nighters are gone. Okay. They're selling notions down at the pier. Okay. Don't waste your time with stuff like this. So I just to say, if you will say, no, I want to do that, that's your business. That is you can do whatever you want to do. I'm just telling you in advance here now, this is gambling. It's not trading. Okay, that's what I got for you today. I got you a little oil, a little natty gas, a little gold, a little silver, a little Bitcoin, NVDA, and I gave you a pretty good speech here on GME. Okay, hope everybody's having a great weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow night, and we'll go, as usual, review crude oil here and natural gas and get you all set up for Monday. Thanks for watching.